We'll go ahead and begin our practice in child's pose. So as you arrive on your mat, begin to notice your natural breathing pattern. Notice your inhales and your exhales, the quality, the texture, the depth of your breath. Without any judgment, just be present to how your body feels. As you start to lengthen each inhale and exhale, activating Ujjayi breath, victorious breath. Perhaps you decide to set an intention for your practice this evening. What is it that you need to make your cup full? Patience, compassion, non-judgment, non-attachment. Know that you are your best teacher, and whenever you need, you can take this child's pose. Slowly begin to rise into a tabletop position when you're ready. Maybe gently opening the eyes, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, hips over knees. Come into a comfortable tabletop position. If you're following along in the playlist, go ahead and press play. As you inhale, drop the belly, gaze up towards the sky, chin points up into cow pose. As you exhale, round the spine, gaze at the navel into cat. Inhaling, drop the low belly, look up, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, press through the hands, gaze at the navel, drop the head, cat. Do that 5 or 6 more times, just what you need to warm up your thoracic, your middle of your spine, your low spine. Elongating each inhale and exhale, maybe closing the eyes. Reminding yourself of your intention again that you just set in child's pose. Come back to that as an anchor as we flow, as we open the hips and move through our moving meditation. Come back to a nice tabletop position with a neutral spine when you're ready, and then make your way into your first downward dog of class by taking your hands out in front of you, curl the toes, bend the knees generously. Low belly in. All of the knuckle mounds are pressing onto the mat, and begin to peel out the legs left and right. Just be observant of how your hamstrings, your calves feel. But no need to lock out the knees. Just bring the navel to spine and bend the knees generously as the heels begin to sink further towards the mat. Slowly then roll into a push-up plank. Bring the knees to the ground. Bring the knees together. Low belly is in. For this first time, let's lower down into a chaturanga push-up together. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, back up. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, come back up. Then if you choose to remove the knees and come into a full plank, you may. Inhale here for this last one. Exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, come back up. And for this next one, just lower down all the way onto the mat. Belly is on the mat. Preparing for baby cobra, make a mermaid tail. Fingertips pointing towards the front of the room. Inhale, little to no weight into the arms, lift the chest. Exhale. Your choice for high cobra or baby cobra. Inhale, maybe straighten out the arms into high cobra or take that baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Third time, you choose cobra, baby cobra, high cobra, or up dog. Maybe you curl over the toes, straighten over the arms, and lift the thighs up and down, upward facing dog. Exhale, come back to that down dog again. Pedal up the legs, left and right, left and right. And slowly begin to walk the feet forward towards the front of the mat, middle of the mat. Bring the feet about hips width distance, that's 2 fists in between the arches of the feet. Bend the knees generously here as you fold over your hips, hands to elbows. Ragdoll here. Feel how your cervical spine feels, sway maybe back and forth. Still warming up, be gentle to the body here. Release your grip from your elbows, interlace the hands behind your low back, the sacrum, and straighten out the left leg, keep the right heel planted. Bring the arms up overhead, straighten them, and then bring your gaze to your left shoulder. Gentle half lift, keep the right heel planted. Exhale, switch out the legs, straighten out the right leg, bend the left knee, gaze past the right shoulder. Come back to center. Let go of the arms. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, hands to shin. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift again. Exhale, forward fold. Last time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, swan dive the arms up towards the sky. Mountain pose with the feet separated. Shift your weight to your toes and then towards the back of the room, towards the right, like you're swaying like a tree, then over to the left. Then press through all 4 corners of the feet, big toe, pinky toe, inner heel, outer heel. Gaze at your shins or your quads, feel them working. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe the feet together this time so that the heels and toes touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Circle sweep the arms up towards the sky. If you'd like, the palms can touch or the hands can stay separated. And begin to cactus the arms out as you open the chest up and the throat up towards the ceiling. Exhale, raise the arms up towards the sky again. And then forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into that push-up plank, modified plank. You're your best teacher. You choose and take yourself through your first flow. Inhale, exhale, the up dog. Exhale, the downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg back behind you. Begin to make rotations with the ankle, circling it clockwise, counterclockwise. And then stack the hip so that the right hip is over the left. And bend the right knee, scorpion that dog, so that the right sole of the foot is facing the left side of the room. Square out the hips here. Either bring the left knee down or inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, the right leg back. Inhale, right knee to right tricep. Option for an arm balance. Exhale, the right leg back. Inhale, right knee to left tricep or higher. Then exhale, the right leg back. Inhale here. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. Come into a low lunge. And from a low lunge, bring the left hand down onto the middle of the mat. Right fingertips up towards the sky. Low lunge. Profile of the face is maybe gazing up towards the fingertips. Stay level through the hips. Twist from the middle of the spine. Frame the right leg. Step back into that push-up plank or modified plank and flow. Inhaling to up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Take one inhale and exhale through the nostrils, remembering Ujjayi. And then inhale the left leg back behind you, stack the left hip over the right, bend the left knee, scorpion that dog. Maybe you gaze underneath the right armpit, and then square out the hips. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose on the left side. Inhale, extend the left leg back. Exhale, left knee to left tricep, or higher, or arm balance. Inhale, extend the left leg back. Exhale, left knee to right tricep or higher. Hold. Extend the left leg back. And then step the left foot through in between the hands. Low lunge on the left side. Place the right hand in the middle of the mat. Left fingertips towards the sky. You know where we're going. Revolve, low lunge. Profile of the face, maybe gazes up towards the fingertips. Stay nice and strong and steady here. Frame the left leg. Step back into a push-up plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale the up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Inhaling through the nostrils, really activating Ujjayi, audible internal fire. And then on your next exhale, slowly start to walk the hands towards the front of the mat. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Bring the left hand to the right wrist and then bump the right hip out to the side. So you have a nice lateral stretch coming on the right side of the body. Keep the feet together. Exhale, come back to center. Bring the right hand to the left wrist. Bump the left hips out, opposite side. Gaze up. Nice lateral stretch happening from the left side. Keep the legs strong, keep the quads engaged. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into that push-up plank or skip it. Inhale here. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale the up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg back behind you. Step the right foot through in between the hands. Left foot spirals down, warrior one, right side. Arms frame the face. Take a look at that right knee. Make sure that it's not knocking in. Press through the outer edges of both feet. Palms can touch if you would like an extra challenge. And try to keep those shoulders squared towards the front of the room. It's okay if the hip doesn't want to do it, but maybe you can. Tuck the ribs in. As you exhale, bring the right arm forward, left arm back, warrior two on the right side. Making sure that you have that nice stacked torso over hip alignment. Maybe bringing the stance out a little bit wider. Feel power through the legs. Squeeze the triceps. Cartwheel the arms on your exhale. Right side flow. Inhaling to up dog or your version. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg back behind you. Left leg steps to the hands. Warrior one, left side. Inhale, arms up. Palms touch if you wish. Shoulders square towards the front of the room. Keep the low belly in, notice the front leg. On your exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Squeeze the triceps. Maybe take a wider stance. Make sure that left knee is not knocking in. Like a warrior, gaze forward. On your next exhale, cartwheel the arms and flow. Now as you take this flow from the left side and you meet me at your own pace in downward facing dog, you're going to take yourself through your right side, warrior one, warrior two, and flow. Then your left side, warrior one, warrior two, and flow. We'll all meet together back in downward facing dog, but you follow your own breath. So your inhale brings the right leg up. Exhale, one breath, one movement. Here, warrior one, inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. And flow. So if we were flowing together in the same room, we might all be at a different speed. But again, in yoga, you learn to become your best teacher. And while it's powerful to flow together as a community, be authentic to where the breath wants to come. Let the breath lead and the movement follow. After you've given it a round or two in this warrior two, inhales and exhales in Ujjayi, you flow. So again, your neighbor, if we were together, might be going at a different pace than you, but that's okay. Wherever you are, meet me back in downward facing dog. Take one round of breath, inhale and exhale here, bending the knees generously. And then begin to walk the feet forward towards the front of the mat. Bring the feet about hips width distance. Sit down, arms up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Press through the outer edges of the feet. Feel the glutes work. Tuck the pelvis in, low belly in. I remember hating this pose so much when I was in my first yoga class. It's challenging. That's why I always want to do it with you guys as a teacher. Beach ball in hand, sink 1 inch lower. Exhale, forward fold. With your feet still hips width distance, take your 2 peace fingers and reach for your big toes. Bend the knees generously here. Inhale here. Exhale as you pull yourself in. Maybe the chest comes on top of the knees, the thighs, and the elbows draw out. If you feel really flexible in the hamstrings and the calves, maybe you take a little bit of the bend out of the legs. But totally okay to bend the knees as much as you need here. Pull yourself in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into that push-up plank. Either skip it, meet me in down dog, or flow. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step forward towards the front of the mat again. Keep your feet hips width apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit down, arms up, Utkatasana, second set. Maybe the palms touch if you wish. Low belly in. Maybe you sink the weight into the heels a little bit deeper. You feel the hamstrings. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up, arms apart. And then begin to maybe take your stance out as wide as the mat from Malasana at a 45-degree angle. Hands come to prayer. And you take your range of motion. Maybe Malasana is about at this level here. Or if you have a deeper range into that squat, you sit a little bit deeper, straight spine, and bring the elbows into the knees, pushing the knees out. Making sure no rounding of the spine is happening. And if you have to sit up a little bit higher, that's totally okay too. You can sway from side to side. If there's a bind in your practice, meaning if you'd like to take a bind on the right side, you may do so. Just be sure to stay there for a couple of breaths. And if Malasana is plenty for you, like it is for me, it's okay to stay right here. Binds, take your bind on the left side if you wish. Malasanas, just pay attention how your squat feels. Wherever everyone is, just go ahead and make sure that you inhale, and then exhale, come to a nice standing position by straightening out the legs. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Heel toe the feet together, they're hips width distance again. Inhale the arms up above. Exhale, forward fold. This time, bend the knees generously, coming into gorilla pose. Bring the palms underneath the feet. So you might have to bend the knees very much so, don't lock out the knees. And maybe the toes are tickling the wrist creases. Distribute some of the weight towards the front of the foot, and then bend the elbows so that you're drawing yourself in. Again, bend the knees as much as you like so that the top of the belly touches the tops of the thighs. You get some compression there. Draw yourself in. Release the hands from the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Sit down, or pardon me, press back into a push-up plank and float. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg back behind you. Step the right leg in between the hands, warrior two, right side. Left arm forward, right arm back. Squeeze the triceps.
We were disconnected from you. Now we can't hear you. Oh,
Yes.
there you go.
Bueno,
Here we go.
it's ready.
Everyone, Zoom crashed and it decided to kick me out. So we're back. Everyone meet me in a warrior two, because that's how we roll. We get yogis, there we go. We jump out and then get back in. So meet me in warrior two. So inhale the right arm forward and come into a reverse warrior. You can take a bind if you need to. As you lift up, maybe tuck the ribs slightly, lift up. As you exhale, come back to that warrior two, right arm forward, left arm back. And take yourself through your flow on the right side if you wish. Come back into a push-up plank. Right side flow. Inhaling to up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg back behind you. Step the left foot through between the hands. Warrior two, left side, left arm forward, right arm back. Gaze powerfully in front of you. Inhale the left palm forward, coming into a reverse warrior, bringing the left arm up overhead. Take that binded if you wish. The gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Taking small sips of air. As you exhale, bring the left arm forward again, right arm back, warrior two. Take your flow on the left side or skip it. Inhale, exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now take yourself through your warrior two on the right side and left side and flow. You do it at your own breath. So inhaling the right arm forward, left arm back, right side. Hold here for a couple of breaths, or one breath, one movement. Inhale the right arm up, reverse warrior on the right side, bind. Exhale the right arm forward, right arm back, warrior two. And take yourself through your flow. And again, your flow might be a little slower, moving at a different movement than what I might be doing, but you honor, or you might be going faster, you honor where your breath wants to go first, making sure that you're breathing first and then the movement follows. So as you learn where the breath goes, you learn to lead yourself. It doesn't matter what everyone else is doing. What does your inner teacher say? What does your heart, your breath tell you? Everyone meet me back in a downward facing dog. Pedal up the legs, left and right again. Inhale the right leg back behind you. Step the right leg through, warrior two, right side. Left arm forward, right arm back. This time, reverse warrior. Inhale the right arm up towards the ceiling, maybe bind if you wish. And instead of crunching and dumping into the low back, reach up and out of the waist. On your next exhale, come into extended side angle on the right side. Reach forward as if you're about to touch or twist something. Right elbow comes into the right thigh. And really press to the outer edges of the feet. If you want, you can take the hand from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. If you have a bind in your practice, you may reach and take that bind. If bird of paradise is something that you're working on, wherever you are, you take any progression that you wish that honors your practice. Wherever you are, take one breath, one exhale, and come back to warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. Straighten out that right leg. Maybe bring back the back leg a little bit. Heel to heel alignment, 45-degree angle. Preparing for triangle pose, Trikonasana. Kick the hips out. Inhale here. Exhale, right arm down towards 12, 6 o'clock, or right arm towards 6 o'clock rather, and left arm towards 12. So think of a big giant clock. Maybe you're hovering that right hand over the shin. Maybe you're reaching the right peace fingers for that pinky toe. And that right quad is active, it's engaged. You can slide as if you're between two panes of glass. Begin to look 6 inches in front of you, and maybe you place your hands lightly on the floor, or if half moon is in your practice, shift the weight onto the right leg at hip height and press that left heel back behind you. Bring that left arm maybe up towards 12 o'clock, right arm towards 6. If you fall and you get back out, and you come back in, no worries, it's what we do. If you'd like to take candy cane, feel free to do that. If you're working up towards that, you reach for the outer edge of the left foot, come back half moons, back to that warrior two on the right side. Let's pivot on that ball of the back foot, the left foot, reach up, reach high. Bring the palms together, left elbow towards that right outer edge of the thigh for a prayer twist. Gaze back behind you. You can also bring one knee down. If you'd like to take a bind here, you're welcome to. Step back into a push-up plank. You're welcome to skip it and flow. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring the left leg back behind you. Warrior two, left side. Left arm forward, right arm back. Squeeze the triceps. Inhale the left palm up towards the ceiling. Reach up, reverse your warrior. Making sure not to dump into that low back. And as you exhale, extended side angle on the left side. So left elbow comes into the left thigh, right arm reaches forward as if you're screwing a light bulb. Stay here. Or play around with that variation that you did on the opposite side. Left arm towards 6, right arm towards 12. You can take a half bind. If you're in a bind, maybe work for a bird of paradise. Wherever you are, play with those progressions. Press back to a warrior two with the left arm forward, right arm back. Straighten out the front leg. Walk the back leg in. Check the heels, make sure that there's heel to heel alignment. And then lean forward, reach forward. Trikonasana on the left side. Left hands hover over the shin. Right arm up towards the ceiling. Again, you're slipping through 2 panes of glass. Come back to that intention maybe. Can you find stillness? That state of bliss between the inhales and the exhales, the pause. Begin to gaze forward out in front of you, maybe about 6 inches, and start to bend the left leg. Maybe you place the fingers on the floor, and you press the weight through the left side. Straighten that right leg at hip height. And you begin to maybe lift the left fingertips off of the floor, half moon. Again, if candy cane's in your practice, you can reach for that outer edge of the right foot, but make sure that that back leg is active. Maybe you close the eyes. Exhale, come back to that warrior two. Let's pivot on that right foot, on the ball of the foot. Come into a high lunge. Come into a prayer position, and then right elbow hooks on the outer edge of that left knee. Profile of the face maybe comes up towards the sky. Make sure that right ball of the foot is high. That right leg is active, it's not awake. Breathing here. Come back, frame the left side of the foot. Meet me back in a push-up plank, modified plank, and flow. Meet me in a downward facing dog when you're ready. Exhale, downward facing dog, and roll into a push-up plank if you wish. You can bring one knee on the ground if you need to. But from here, come into a side plank on the right side. So again, right knee can come down and left fingertips up towards the sky. Or if you wish, make sure that that right shoulder is stacked over the wrist, directly over the wrist, and you roll the outer edges of the feet. You can also stagger the feet and push the hips up. Maybe you bring the left fingertips forward. Exhale, come back to a push-up plank, low bellies in. Come back to Vashisthasana, flex side plank, left side. Again, your option and opportunities to play. If there's a variation you'd like to take, by all means. Exhale, come back to a push-up plank. Lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself onto your tummy. Bend the knees. Maybe give a nice little windshield wiper, side to side, side to side. Let's take another cobra pose. Make a mermaid or merman tail. Bring the fingertips by your sides to make grasshopper-like wings. Inhale, little to no weight into the arms. Kneecaps are rising. Small sips of air, strengthening the spine. Exhale, lower down. And I'm gonna face this way so you guys can see me. Option to take that baby cobra again for a second set, or if you wish, bring the hands to interlace behind the sacrum, the low back, and then bring the feet together, tops of the feet into the mat, lift and straighten the arms out, and maybe lift the legs out, squeeze the glutes. Gaze forward. Exhale. Maybe bend the legs again to windshield wiper them left to right, left to right. And then let's take the feet so that the thighs are on the ground and you reach for the outer edges of the feet. Now this might be plenty, but if you wish, you can start to inhale and kick the legs. Straighten out the arms and squeeze the glutes to protect the low back. Exhale. Release. Let's windshield wiper the legs again, left and right, left and right. Last one, let's do a Superman pose, a spinal extension. Bring the arms out in front of you so that the palms are facing each other. Bring the legs about hips width distance. Bring the forehead onto the mat. Inhale here. Lift the arms up, lift the legs up, lift as if you're flying into the air. Squeeze the butt if you'd like to protect the low back. Exhale. Good job, you guys. Press back into a child's pose. Bring the knees out wide as you'd like. Forehead comes onto the mat. Breathe here. Let the heart rate maybe slow down if it was a little bit elevated. Coming back to that intention. Wherever you are, maybe bring your legs out in front of you. Just kick them out to the side. Let's come to a nice butterfly pose. So bring the feet together, a little bit closer to the groin. Peace fingers are touching the big toes. Sit up nice and tall. And you can stay here or you can begin to round the spine if you would like more of the rounding sensation in the middle of the back. And you draw yourself in. You can bring your elbows to sort of press on the outer sides of the knees. Come back to Ujjayi. Then slowly, one vertebra at a time, you can do a nice stacked spine. And bring the right leg out to the side. And bring the left leg towards the thigh for Janu Shishasana. Half butterfly pose. Square your torso over to the right side. And then begin to maybe walk the hands forward as far as they would like. And let that rounding sensation sort of happen in the back. If you would like another compression, feel free to bend the right leg so that that right knee is off of the floor as much as you'd like, and you can reach for a bind. So you're wrapping the hands underneath the sole of the feet, and maybe your tops of your tummy, your chest, is on top of your thigh. And it's okay if you have to bend the knee to get that grip. Bending it generously, or if we're shorties, sometimes that helps. You choose the variation that serves you today. If you'd like to explore a gentle twist, maybe release that grip from the sole of the foot and bring the left hand on the outer edge of the right foot. So you're gonna get a nice cross-body sort of stretch on the ribs. And you bring the right arm back behind you, bring your gaze towards the back of the room. And then wherever you are, release that leg, switch out to the left side, half butterfly, Janu Shirshasana on the left side, right sole of the foot comes into the calf, and then begin to walk the hands forward as much as you'd like. If you would like to use that grip or that variation we did on the other side, bend the knees super generously here so you can wrap your palms on the top of the soles of the feet. And you can continue to keep that bend in the knee so that the top of the chest is on top of the thigh, and you get a nice sort of compression. But whatever you choose. Come back to Ujjayi. You'd like to take that twist again, maybe take that right hand on the outer edge of the left foot, left arm comes back behind you, and you gaze back behind you. So you feel a nice gentle twist happening from the top of the back, the rib cage. Relax your neck. Wherever you are, come out of the pose the way that you came in and bring both soles of the feet onto the mat, bending both knees out in front of you. Let's windshield wiper the legs to sort of be nice to the hips for a second, left or right, left or right. And then let's take a nice sort of relaxing posture right before we do some ab work. We're going to bring the hands underneath actually bring the feet together. So the knees are together, soles of the feet are on the mat. I'm going to scoot back so you can see me more. And you can bring your hands underneath to reach for your elbows. And then slowly maybe start to shimmy the feet, heels out, walk them out a little bit. And you can place maybe your forehead onto the mat, or onto your knees rather. So you're getting a nice rounding sensation in the spine. And maybe you're walking the legs out a little bit forward, a little bit more. You should feel a nice sort of rounding in the middle of the back. This should feel really restorative, really, for some people, maybe it makes them feel calm, relaxed. But feel your rib cage expand and feel maybe each sensation of your spine, the vertebra. Notice if you feel anything there as the spine rounds. Maybe a sense of release. Keep breathing here. Maybe close your eyes and come back to that intention. Slowly come out of the pose the way that you came in. And then bring both knees to bend, feet together. You can bring the hands back behind you for supported Navasana, and you can lift the heels off. If this feels good and you're not rounding in the spine, you can reach the arms out in front of you. Bring that low belly in. You can straighten the legs out if you wish, wherever you are. And then slowly lower down to a low boat pose. Low back is on the mat. Squeeze the belly in. Shoulders are off of the mat. Scissor the legs like you're swimming. If you want an added challenge, bring the hands up overhead. Remember, the low back is pressing into the mat. 3, 2, 1. Release. Stretch out nice and long. Nice and long. Maybe give a shimmy of the legs, left and right, left and right. Now I'm gonna sit up and guide you through this so you guys can hear me. But go ahead and keep the left leg out stretched long and bring the right knee into your chest. Bring it out and away from the rib cage. And get a nice sort of compression on the right side of the hip. As you're squeezing here, maybe bring that knee as if it were out and away from the rib cage and toward your armpit. Take a couple of breaths here. As you exhale, outstretch. Let's switch out the legs as you stretch the right leg out long and the left leg comes into your chest. You're interlacing your hands on top of the knee. Bring that knee out and away from the rib cage, up towards the armpit. Let your eyelids get a little bit heavier. And as you move from Ujjayi, maybe try a more relaxed sort of breathing pattern, natural inhales and exhales. Release the left leg. Bend both legs so that the knees are facing up towards the ceiling, the soles of the feet are on the mat. And windshield wiper the legs again. You can cactus the arms out or bring them out to a T, and then cross the left ankle on top of the right knee. And let both knees tip over to the left side of the room. So you're getting a nice gentle abdominal twist. You can bring the right temple of your head to the floor. You can close your eyes or keep your eyelids and your gaze soft towards the center of the ceiling if you wish. Noticing any sensation you feel on the top right bony edge of your hip. Allow the body to soften. Maybe even turning corners of your lips a little upward as we cool down. And slowly coming out of the pose the way that you came in by uncrossing the left ankle over the right knee. And let's just switch out the legs by bringing the right ankle bone on top of the left knee. Bring your arms out to whichever position you wish and let both knees knock over to the opposite side, keeping the right ankle bone on top of the left knee. And coming out of the pose the way that you came in, keeping both legs now bent, uncrossing that knee from that ankle, and just keeping both legs, knees facing up towards the ceiling, preparing for bridge pose. So bring the heels in closer to you so you can tickle the back of your heels. And bring your hands back beside you like you're making robot arms or T-Rex arms. So your palms are facing each other. And on your inhale, press your shoulder blades into the mat. No weight in the neck. Press into the heels, lift the hips up. Really press through the heels. Notice the engagement of the quads. If you'd like to take your hands and reach underneath you and slide your shoulders together, palms touch. You're taking a different grip instead of those robot arms in your bridge pose, making sure that there's no weight in the neck, but rather the weight is distributed in your shoulders. Keep pressing through the heels. Exhale. Bring the knees together, knock the knees together, and the feet come out as wide as the mat. Feel the nice sort of rotation of your hips, where your hip and your thigh bone meet. That's called your femur. So feel that sort of inward rotation of the hips as you do this. Maybe with one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Take a couple of rounds of breath here. And you choose, if you would like to come into wheel, if that is in your practice, you may choose to, Or take that variation of that bridge pose, but wherever you are, be there for 5 breaths, and we're gonna take one more round after this. So if wheel is in your practice, you may go ahead and do so. So you're bringing the palms back behind you, fingertips are facing towards the back of the room, and you're pressing and lifting the heels up, squeezing the glutes. Taking small sips of air wherever you are. If you need to come out of the pose, if you feel any pain, that's a good indication that we need to back off just a little bit. So wherever you are, 5 rounds of breath, and then meet your way back into that position with your knees knocked out inward. Your feet come out as wide as your mat. So you're making a nice little teepee when you've done your 5 breaths in either bridge or wheel. So your knees are knocked in together, making a little teepee. Maybe one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Or if you simply would like to come in and finish your last set right now for the back bends, for your spine, feel free to do what you need and come right into it. Just be there, if you can, for 5 breaths. Wherever you are, bring the hips back down towards the floor. Bring the feet out as wide as the mat. Knock the knees together so that they touch. Put one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly. Close the eyes. Remove your hand from your heart, your hand from your belly. And if there's one last posture that you would like to close out your practice, feel free to do so. It can be anything, a fish pose. Maybe it's a quick arm balance, happy baby. Maybe taking some rolls onto the spine. And meet me once you feel complete. Out long into Shavasana. Your legs are long, your palms are up towards the ceiling. And you sink into the earth. There's nothing left to do. Slowly begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers, anything that you need to invite life back into the body. With your eyes closed, roll to your favorite side in gentle fetal position. Slowly begin to make yourself to an easy seated position. Bringing your hands to your heart. Maybe the corners of the mouth turned upward again. Noticing the sense of ease that maybe is a little different than when you first arrived onto the mat. And I hope that you carry this feeling with you everywhere, off the mat too. Bring your hands to your third eye, to your forehead. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful evening. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I'm trying to figure out how to unmute you guys.
Thank you, Alex.
There we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
So good to see you guys. Thank you guys
Yes.
for your practice, for the opportunity. It's so special to practice alongside you guys. Stay being resilient. We'll be back again practicing in person sometime soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, Melanie. She's leaving.
Oh,
Okay, see
yes.
you.
Bye-bye, Maribel. Bye, Maria.
Bye.
Bye, Elia. See you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.